Welcome back to the misadventures of DuckyNapalm. I'm starting off this episode without a super cool, totally not cringe cinematic intro because I couldn't think of one. I'll admit my motivation for this project is a bit lacking. There's a little less wind in my sails for this one, in part because of my love-hate relationship with the Nether. I love the opportunities the Nether presents, but the fire and the mobs? Nah. But the other reason is because it's something I have to do, less so something I want to do. I need a blaze farm to get my Gabbros up and running, but who wants to build with fireballs in their face? Regardless, here I am, putting in the time, the blood, the sweat, the tears. Finally. Speaking of tears, now you might be wondering, how did I get here? Well, let me tell ya. There I was, ambling along, trying to find a way down with nary a sand pillar in my pockets, when all of a sudden a wild floor hole leapt up at me and pulled me down, helpless. I dropped past ledge after ledge, narrowly missing every single one in fingertip range like some sick cosmic joke, and plunged into the depths every single bit of valuable gear weighing me down. Everything lost. So understandably, I was this close to not beating the 2-week Minecraft phase allegations at that point. But I persisted. I kept going. I just had to remake everything. My cool sword, my perfect bow, my twin pickaxes. Now let's take a moment to appreciate all of the moments of foreshadowing I had before the great fall. You never know. You never know. I have an infinite number of arrows, so if I lose them, I lose them. And hopefully I won't lose them because I have much more precious things to lose. Oh! Ah! Ah! Almost lost everything. Cool, cool. That was not calculated at all. Almost lost everything. Especially darting towards the lava where I would have exploded all my stuff into the lava. Whoo! What am I on? Adrenaline? Adrenaline makes you dumb, kids. Oh, you fell. I almost fell. Oh, I didn't like that. Ooh! I'm awake now. It's risky to just bowl forward like that. I could step in lava, or, even worse, just fall in a hole. Because the lava, I have a faster reaction speed to it, because it glows. It's in my face. I immediately see it. The holes? Nah, they just are there. They blend in. And then I'm plummeting. Like this. And I know some of you are probably thinking, but Ducky, why didn't you just move forward? You could have got any one of the ledges. Just press W. Just get there. And I'll tell you why. It's because I'm stupid. Because I'm an idiot. Because I have the instincts of a sunfish. But you know what? A sunfish would outlive me. Alright, that's enough wallowing. Time to get back into gear. Literally. I actually saved these for a rainy day. Didn't know I'd need them this soon. They're not enchanted at all, so coming down here to get more diamonds for the rest of my gear has been a process. A painful one. The armor is not up to par just yet. I'm working on it. Same with I had to go back down and search for more diamonds just so that I can make sure I have my 2 pickaxes, Fortune and Silk Touch, and my sword. And I got just enough. I got 8 diamonds. And that was just enough for the sword and the 2 pickaxes. And in the meantime, I was chased over hell and high water for all this, through trials and tribulations. I went through the gauntlet. But don't worry, I have a diamond hoe, apparently. You don't know how much I regret that hoe. What a fabulous sentence that was. Anyways, I'm finally done. This is the last diamond. I can finally finish the most important stuff for my gear. That's the stuff. Get out of here. Oh yeah, looking good. And right there, I can upgrade my sword. I can finalize it. Yes. And the name. Equinox. Best sword. Alright, I'll spare you the time it took me to get everything else up to par. And it's not fully up to par. My armor is still lacking. But I got the bare necessities down. It took me quite a while to get there, but I just really want to get this blaze farm up and running. I actually found a new fortress. Found is a strong word, maybe. I cheated. I x-rayed a little bit. I used a seed mapper thing. I went through several fortresses. This is the 4th fortress I have found. To be fair, the first fortress I found the traditional way. Boots on the ground, hitting asphalt, blood, sweat, and tears. I did it all. I found that like 6,000 overworld blocks away. It's a distance. So I wanted something that was closer to the portal. I also wanted netherwart, and it was more difficult to find netherwart than I thought it would be. I'm pretty disappointed. Like I said, this is my 4th fortress, and even this one doesn't have netherwart. I eventually found netherwart in a bastion with stables that was actually pretty close to home, so I just grabbed that netherwart and settled with this fortress. So this is my permanent spot for a blaze farm, and it's a pretty unimpressive spot, but it's at least close to home. And the goal for this is just to get the blaze farm running. I have plans. I have plans for how I want it built. I don't want it to just be a box, but for this episode, it's just gonna be a box. I do want to make it into a castle eventually, but I need more blackstone for that, to be honest. And the bastion that I found the netherwart was a massive one. So I'm just gonna tear that whole bastion down and gather all the blackstone I need from that. Easy peasy. As it is, I just shaved off like the first 5 layers, and I got a lot of blackstone to get me just the box that I need. So we're getting there. We're doing it. But in the meantime, while I'm building this, I'm going to talk your ear off a little bit about something near and dear to my heart. So, anyone catch the Artemis 2 launch? For those who are not aware, Artemis 2 is a mission from NASA to loop around the moon and come back, and it is kind of like a practice run, and it's the first lunar practice run that we've done since basically the 60s, so it's a huge deal. And there's still a fair amount of people that are like, why are we even bothering going back to the moon? Simply because there's other places that we want to send people. Why would we send them to the moon? Why not to Mars? I want to preface that by talking about my own personal background. Anyone who knows me knows that I have an actual interest in this. I have 2 bachelors. I have biology and astrophysics, and I would not wish that upon my worst enemy. My goal was to study astrobiology. I wanted to study, well, honestly, Project Hail Mary type stuff. Brilliant movie. As someone who actively studied astrobiology, it's interesting because I had 2 problems. And one problem I have seen on social media. It is the centrifuge. That thing is not balanced, and I immediately called it out. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people reacting about that on social media. But I have not seen anyone talking about the other thing, suggesting that he is the only person to believe that water isn't necessary for life to form in the world is an absolutely ridiculous notion. Not only that, but was shunned from the scientific community for believing that. First of all, being shunned from the scientific community from this is silly. It's just absolutely silly. Very silly. In the field of astrobiology, there was an old adage that was just follow the water. Any sign of life, follow the water. But that has, within like the last 20 years, I want to say, been kind of thrown out the window based on biology that we see on Earth. We see microbes fully encased in rock with no access to light and no access to water, and yet they exist. And they thrive there. And so the adage has morphed into follow the energy. If there is an energy source, a source of food, then there may very well exist to be life. But I digress. Much like The Martian, that is a crucial point of the story that needs to happen, needs to be true, otherwise the story falls apart. And what I mean by The Martian, the crucial point of The Martian that falls through with the science is the fact that the winds on Mars are not strong enough to push down anything. Anyways, I just wanted to say I was stoked for the Artemis mission, and honestly, the launch crept up on me. I haven't really been following it since I got out of school, but I remember learning about the Artemis mission starting in 2018. I was in multiple astrophysics classes, and I remember asking one of my professors what he thought about Artemis, the Artemis mission overall. My professor had no hopes. He said, no, that thing is never getting off the ground because lunar science has not been funded since the 60s. They have tried consistently since the 60s to get back to the moon. We want to see people on the moon again, if only for PR. And PR is definitely an aspect of it, 1000%. But I think there is actual science to be had on the moon. Anyways, I am fascinated by Artemis 2. I look forward to future missions. I look forward to how this one plays out. I hope we get back to the moon. I want to see a lunar landing in my lifetime. I think the moment that we stop traveling outside of Earth, and the moment we abandon that, is a signal of dark times. Space travel to me is more than just the money that goes into it, and it's more than just the politics surrounding it. It is about human nature, it's about curiosity, and that is an aspect of our humanity to look up to. So I'm back here. Couldn't stay away for long. It's been weeks of not doing anything, not touching anything in here. But the Nether is done. I've got my upgraded armor. Not really. It's okay. It could be better. But my bow is back. I even got a spiffy little infinity bow now. And my sword is flawless. Look at how perfect it is. But anyways, I have one more thing to do. The spiral. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. Okay. The blaze farm is done. The spiral is gone. I have come back from the dead triumphantly. I am taking a break from this still. I know this episode was technically me taking a break from this, but it wasn't really a break if I'm in the Nether. So I'm taking a break from this, and I'm taking a break from the Nether. I'm taking a break from the bad vibes. I need to reorient myself. I need to do something that I want to do, that I have fun doing, and that is pets and mounts. So, yeah, I got a lot done, but I need to scrub my mind of the Nether. I'm going to get a bunch of mounts, and maybe we'll make some staples for them, because the current situation as it is getting a bit out of hand. I need to put these guys somewhere else. So yeah, next episode is going to revolve around these guys, and hopefully a few new additions, and maybe we'll put a roof over their heads. That's not a rock wall. Until then, here's a little sneak peek for what's coming. Oh, I know that sound. Oh boy. Oh. Did I sign up for this? Yes, I did. Do I regret my decisions? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Are you stuck? Will you hit me? Oh. Well, if this isn't hubris, then I don't know what is. I liked that. I liked that. Do it again. I'm just here for that juicy golden, gilded gold stone, still the black gild stone. The juicy. Oh no, I need your milk. Milk? I do not need your milk, sir. I need your meats. one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better. What if I talk to you like this? Up close and personal. Inside my brain. Are we uncomfortable yet?